الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب إله العالمين المخاطب بالجاه وياسين الذين سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرض بأبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. أما بعد فقد قال إمام جعفر بن محمد الصادق عليه الصلاة والسلام: من زار الحسين عارفا بحقه وجب له الجنة. رسالة صلوات على محمد وعلى Earlier this afternoon I had the honor to attend the Salatul Jummah, and Hajj Allah asked me to say a few words today, so I'll try to keep it brief inshallah. I've mentioned a hadith from our sixth holy Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, who says that man zara al-Husayn arifan bihaqqihi wajaba lahu al-Jannah. Whosoever visits Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, whosoever goes to Karbala, to the shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, knowing his rights, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make sure that that person goes to paradise. He will necessitate that person goes to paradise. But the important thing regarding this hadith, regarding this narration, is arifan bihaqqihi, the one who knows his rights. So briefly, just in a few minutes that I have, we want to listen to Hajj Allah. Regarding this arifan bihaqqihi, what does it mean, and particularly with regards to the arba'in of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam that we see, that we're experiencing, and that you, I'm sure, are all aware of the amount of people, the numbers of people who have reached Karbala to the ziyarat of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. When we say that arifan bihaqqihi, when we say that we want to be people who visit Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, knowing his rights, knowing what he is for us and what we have to do for him. So the first person to visit Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam is on the day of Arba'in, Hazrat Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari, who's a companion of the Holy Prophet of Islam. There's many narrations that are recorded in our books, both in the books of Ahl Sunnah and the books of Shia, from Hazrat Jabir. For example, the narration of Hadith al-Kisa is mentioned from Hazrat Jabir. Also other narrations regarding Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, for example, the narration which mentions the name of all the 12 Imams from the Holy Prophet of Islam is also narrated from Hazrat Jabir. And he is the first person to visit Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, do the ziyarat of Imam Hussain alayhi salam at Karbala. So when he does the ziyarat of Imam Hussain, and we recited that ziyarat just earlier today, what does he say in that ziyarat, so we can get insight into what does it mean to know his rights. So Hazrat Jabir, when he comes to the grave of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, and he greets Imam Hussain alayhi salam, he says salam upon Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and then he says that I believe, I testify that you are the Imam and whose obedience was made obligatory upon the people. So this is the first thing about knowing Imam Hussain alayhi salam and his rights, that we know and we believe and we understand that his obedience is one that, and all of the Imam alayhi salam obedience are those which are made necessary on us. That whatever they say, we have to follow. And then he says something very interesting statement, and Allah mentioned it in the khutbah this afternoon. I'll mention it again because there's some people here that were not here in the afternoon. So it's an important thing for us to reflect on. That Hazrat Jabir, when he's doing this ziyarat, the salutation to Imam Hussain alayhi salam, he says that I bear witness that I was with you in this jihad of Karbala. That whatever you did on the day of Ashura, I was there with you, and I am part of that jihad that you did on the day of Ashura. So his companion Atiyah, who's with him, he asks Jabir, he says that, how is it that we could be with Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam when we didn't lift up any spears or arrows, or we didn't engage in any of the fighting, we didn't experience anything that they experienced, so how can we say that we are with them? So Hazrat Jabir tells us of a principle, and this is a principle that Rasulullah has, Hazrat Jabir says, Rasulullah has told me. And also if you want to refer to this principle, you refer to it in Nahj al-Balagha, in letter number 12, that Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam writes to the people after returning from the battle of Jamal. And in both of them, in the hadith of Rasulullah and in this letter of Imam Amirul Mu'mineen, he says, and Imam Amirul Mu'mineen also refers to this hadith of the Prophet, he says that a person would be considered part of those people whom he likes, whom he loves, whom he shows love towards. So as long as we have the niyat and the belief that if we had been at Karbala, we would have been with Imam Hussein alayhi salam, therefore we would also be included in that role, and that is part of Arif and Bihaq. So this is important. And the third thing which would be extremely important for us to know is that when I come back from that travel of ziyarat that I went on and I come back home, there should be something different about me. Ayatollah Uzma Hafiz Bashir Hussain Najafi Damadullah Ali, one of the Maraja in Najaf, when you go to visit him, he mentions a very beautiful example about the effect that ziyarat should have on you. So I always share it with people. He says that if you go into a shop that sells perfume and you stand in the shop and you don't buy anything, when you come out of the shop you will be smelling of perfume because you stood in the shop which is selling perfume. So he says that the same thing should be about the one who goes for the ziyarat of Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. When they come back, from their character and from their action should come the fragrance of the ziyarat of Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. That when somebody comes back from the ziyarat of Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, the other people should be able to say that this person's character has changed because of the ziyarat of Aba Abdullah Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. Now just I want to mention one or two things regarding the 40th day, the Arba'een of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, which we are commemorating. And what is the significance and importance of the ziyarat of Imam alayhi salam on this day, and the significance of 40 days generally. So if we look at the narrations regarding previous prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we'll find that, for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked, when he sent Musa alayhi salatu wasalam to the desert, he sent him there for 30 days and then he increased it by 10 days and made it 40 days. For example, Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put him in the fire. When he was in the fire, he was in the fire for 40 days, and after 40 days the fire became cool. Yunus alayhi salam, when he left his community and then he went away and then the whale swallowed him, he was in the stomach of the whale for 40 days. The Holy Prophet of Islam, our Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he was 40 years old when he made the announcement of prophethood, when he told the people that I am the Prophet of Allah. And he himself says that when a person becomes 40 years of age, then that person should start to prepare themselves for the next life. That they've reached that point where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not give them any more chances, and then now this person should prepare himself for the next life. So Imam Hussein, and if you look at the psychologists, they tell you that if you want to change something about yourself, if you want to bring a new habit into your life, or you want to remove a bad habit from your life, try to practice it for 6 weeks, which is just a few days more than 40 days. If you practice something for 6 weeks, then it will become part of your habit, it will become part of your life. This is why we have many narrations. For example, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said that if somebody wants to be part of the army of Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman Jalal Ta'ala Faraj al-Sharif, that person should recite Dua Ahad after the Fajr prayer for 40 days. And if that person recites it for 40 days, that person it will become a habit of their life, so that they will recite it every single day of their lives. So this Arba'een of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, this is why we're doing commemoration for 40 days. By doing commemoration of Imam Hussain alayhi salam for 40 days, we're reminding ourselves that we want to make this remembrance of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, this message of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, this dhikr of Abu Abdullah Hussain alayhi salam, which is supposed to change our lives, not just for 40 days. But we want to, and now this is where the challenge starts, that from tomorrow we have to see how does these 40 days affected my life, and how can I change my life positively as a result of those 40 days. I think I've taken enough time. Obviously there's many more things to say, but thank you very much to Haji Agha for inviting me, and for all of you for giving me this opportunity. And inshallah ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our azadari and our ibadat and everything that we've done for the Azhar Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And those of you who've been for ziyarat, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the opportunity to go again. And those of you who've never been, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you an opportunity to go for ziyarat. And remembering this statement of the Imam that we want to go for ziyarat arifan bihaqqi, so that we can know Imam Hussain alayhi salam as he deserves to be known, know his rights, and then inshallah ta'ala we would get the maximum benefit of that ziyarat and that visitation. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. اللهم صل على محمد وآله محمد.
That was a wonderful speech by Sayyid Zafar Abbas, and let's give him one more salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I invite Dr. Taqi to the podium with a loud salawat.